Hey everybody, just Mongo here. Today we're going over a hero deck profile again. Now this does have the new Winkribo card and a couple other things. Pretty happy with this deck. I believe I'm on 43, I think? Maybe 44. The ratios are pretty low in this. On 3 copies of Stratos, this is required. Incredible card. We're of course on the 1 copy of Shadow Mist. We don't need the one. However, if we happen to get into a format of Droll and all that, I think 2 Mist and 3 Mass Change is going to be very important. But for now, just 1 Mist is fine. We're on the 1 Liquid Soldier, as well as the 1 Winged Kuriboh level 6. This card's interesting. It's not super impactful. Honestly, this card is either a 1-up or a 0. This is a level 6 Light Fairy, 300 attack, 200 defense, which reads... it's always treated as an elemental hero and a favorite card. Can't be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned from the hand or grave by banishing a face-up elemental hero fusion monster or Winkribo from your hand, face-up field, or grave. You can only special summon 1 level 6 once per turn this way. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, your opponent's your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, quick effect, you contribute this card. Destroy 1 monster, and if you do, inflict damage equal to its original attack. So this is a really neat card. It doesn't do too much. However, this is it's an elemental. It's a light. It's a level 6, so you can make DPE with it. It's all right, but this card definitely is the first card that gets sided out. I don't think I've ever used the burn effect with this card. It is mostly just for material for something. It's alright. I would like to see it get better use in the future. I know that some people are playing Sabatiel's Philosopher's Stone, I think it's called. I'm not running that, but that could possibly see play at some point, maybe. We're, of course, on the 1 copy of Neos, as well as the 3 copies of Ferris. 2 Increase, and then the 2 Vion. This Vision Hero package is mandatory, in my opinion. It's a really important package. Just being able to get a Foolish, discard a card from her hand, to get 2 bodies on field, search poly, really empowered. Like, you need this package. Destinies, we're only on 3 Mally, Denier, and the Plasma. We actually aren't playing Dark Angel at all, not even the side deck. I just don't think it's super good, this format. And then, of course, for spells, we're on 3 copies of Hero Lives, Rhoda, Foolish. I'm actually on 2 Poly. I've been trying out 2 Poly this format. I quite like it. Just for the long grind games, this card is just really good. There will be times where the opponent will just negate your Wonder Drive or whatever or something, and you just don't have access to recycle a Poly that you really need. So just running second one really does help. It's come in handy a whole lot. Miracle Fusion, we're going to need the 1 searchable off of Sunrise. 2 Mass Change, we're on 3 copies of Fusion Destiny, really great card. As well as Favorite Contact, searchable off of your Flame Wingman. Again, really great card. Moving on to the hand traps and board breakers here. We're on Call By, we're on 3 copies of Talents. I like Talents, it's pretty cool, this format. I actually dropped Ash to play Talents, and I think it's way better because a lot of people are playing Talents and Thrust, which is really prevalent this format, so... 3 copies of Droplet, great card, required for a hero deck pretty much. It's great going first or second. As well as 3 in perm. Pretty much these slots can be flexed for whatever you want. I would highly suggest keeping the Droplet in. It's just a really important card. Moving on to the extra deck. We're on a copy of Eternal Rage. This is your, the first thing, or the first fusion that you make. This searches your favorite contact. Also, if you happen to use Neos to make it, you can tag out into a Sunrise, which just searches your Miracle Fusion. Use Miracle Fusion to make your Wake Up. Of course, we have our Shining Neos Wingman. Really great card, gets really beefy, gets multiple pops, also can be destroyed by card effects. A lot of people don't read that single line of text. We're also one copy of Absolute Zero. This card's alright. I did make a build where I was playing Aqua Dolphin and Aqua Neos. In that build, I think it's better with Absolute Zero, just because you have more targets to make with a water. But it's alright. It's come up a few times, especially with that second poly. For the Destinies, we're actually playing 2 copies of DPE. We actually are not playing Dangerous or Dystopia in this build, just because DPE is an incredibly powerful card. And there are a couple ways to recycle it, like Denier and Cross Crusader. However, I think that a second copy is really mandatory, because there are times where they happen to call by when it tries to summon itself during their standby phase, which sucks. So just playing a second one really does help. It's come in handy a whole lot. And then we're on 1 copy of Dark Law and Blast, because we're only playing 2 Mass Change and the 1 Shadow Mist. We only need 1 of each. We really aren't going into grind games where we need a second Dark Law usually. For links, we're on Infernal Devicer, Wonder Driver, the 2 copies of Cross Crusader, really valuable. Dread Decimator, just great for OTKing. And then the 1 copy of Baguska. Baguska's come up a couple of times where you can get 2 level 4s on field, and that's it, pretty much. Like, you just get drolled or something. So it's pretty much all you can really do. Moving on to the side decks, this is what I like to play. We're on 3 copies of Ghost Mourner, 3 copies of Ghost Ogre. I'm on 3 copies of Thrust. Pretty cool for going second. 3 Dark Ruler. I think Dark Ruler is pretty good this format, especially with a bunch of Yubel stuff. It's cool. As well as 3 copies of D-Barrier. D-Barrier is just a super great card. You can search it off of Thrust. What they call Tactics. But yeah, just a bunch of good generic extra cards. Or sideboard cards. I'll show you guys a quick little combo. For this combo, we're just going to need, ideally, a Malicious and a way to get the Stratos. You can also have Denier in your hand. This is just the most basic combo that you're going to need. Start off by normal summoning Stratos, getting the effect to search for a Ferris. Ferris in hand, pitch Mally, summon itself, and then put an increase into the trap zone. Increase, tribute Ferris, special itself, special Vion. Vion on summon gets a Foolish. It'll send Denier. Then we're going to banish our Ferris engrave for a copy of Polymerization. After that, we're going to make a Link monster here, going into Infernal Devicer. Infernal Devicer will search us a Neos. And then we're going to fuse those 2 elementals for a Infernal Rage. Infernal Rage will search us a copy of Favorite Contact. Then we're going to activate Mally Engrave, banish it, and then special a copy from our deck. Then go into another Link summon here for a Wonder Driver. Should be IR here for a copy of Sunrise. Wonder Driver targets Poly Engrave, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Sunrise to search for Miracle Fusion, and reset that Poly in the back row. Then activate Miracle Fusion here. We need to banish our Flame Wingman and our Neos for this, since it won't be on the field for too long. And we're going to banish another Mally for a copy of Wouldn't You Know itself. Then we're going to go into a Cross Crusader. On someone that will special summon their Malicious back, we're going to activate the effect Tribute our Mally to search for any hero from our deck. Now, if we were playing Dark Angel, this is actually where you would search for it, but since we aren't, we are just going to search for Plasma here. It's just generic, and it can come up possibly next turn. We're going to activate Denier Engrave, specialing it, and then taking a Banish Malicious, stacking it top of the deck. And then banish Air Malicious from grave to special a copy from our graveyard here, or deck. There's a couple different things we can actually do right here. We could make a Dread Decimator if you wanted. We could make a Plasma, or I think the best possible option here is to make a DPE. Then we're going to activate DPE, popping itself and popping Wake Up. Wake Up will trigger it, then we're also chaining the Revival for DPE. Summon our Mass Change, will unsummon, that searches us a, if I can find it, a Mass Change. You know, because we really don't have anything to search that's like that powerful or important. You can either activate Mass Change here set, which I don't think is super great, or you could go into a Dread Decimator here, which I think just for the sake of it, we're just going to go into a Dread Decimator. And then set 2 and then pass. During their standby phase, we're going to special back our DPE. And pretty interesting. So of course we own a Favorite Contact, a Mass Change to make Dark Wall, a Dread Decimator, Sunrise, and a DPE, with a Plasma if we need it next turn. So yeah, this is pretty much mainline combo uninterrupted. Of course this combo can branch off and do many different things, depending on the board, how your opponent reacts with it, and the cards that you have in the draw. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Yeet.